Hello, this is Dr. Kevin Hodgson, principal of Cypress High School. It is Friday, August 7th, and we are just a few days away from the beginning of the school year. What I'd like to do today is just provide you all with the most recent updates so that we all feel comfortable about starting school next week. In order to do that, I'm going to go ahead and present a slide presentation during this, and then afterwards, everything will be posted, the video, the presentation, and even some additional resources. All right, let me go ahead and start by sharing my screen with you all. Here we are, opening of schools informational meeting. Again, August 7th, 2020. Most of you already know our new assistant principals, Mr. Pfeiffer, a lot of you know him. Mrs. Mary Jo Durkin is coming from the district office, and Miss Surface, lots of you know her as well already. We have a community engagement specialist, Mr. Barba, who does a lot for us as far as reaching out to the community and helping us with our messaging. Purpose of our meeting is just very quickly to talk about why we're in this situation, to look at our opening of school schedule. We'll talk about athletics, the expectations, and then as I said, this video as well as the presentation will be posted to our website. And there'll be an opportunity for you to ask questions, and we're working on an FAQ that we'll also post. Why are we here? I think we all know this by now. As of currently, the Orange County is on a watch list and for COVID-19, and as part of slowing the spread, all schools in California have been ordered to start the school virtually. Elementary schools are able to apply for a waiver, so you may hear something about that if you have younger students, but that's just not the situation for us being a high school or any of our junior highs. So we are all starting off the school year through a distance model. Registration, I won't say too much about this. We're now almost at 99% of our students that are registered. However, you can see there's the phone number, and again, this will be posted. If you have any questions about registration, please don't wait. Give us a call and we can still take care of you. But like I said, fortunately, all of our students are already registered. Opening of our school, as you all know, the first day is next Wednesday, August 12th. All of our classes will be online using the Schoology platform, just as we ended the school year last year. Our actual campus is still not currently open to the public. If you need to speak with someone, it's best if you call our main number or send an email if you're trying to reach a counselor. We can set up on-campus appointments if needed, but it really, we have just kind of like a skeleton staff that's actually working on campus. So I just don't want you to waste a trip, come on down, and then find that the people that you need are working virtually, because many of our employees are working virtually. Our school office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, so we're manning the phones during that time. Just want to say real quickly, some of the differences between last year and this year. The main difference being that last year I really look at it as more of a survival mode. This was thrust upon us all, you guys, our teachers, everybody, and it really, we were just trying to find a way to get through the year. This year, though, it's we're going to have real classes with real rigorous work. There's not a hold harmless policy, so your grades are going to count. We are kind of talking about everybody being compassionate and having grace, especially early on as we all get used to this new model when it comes to grading and so forth. But again, your grades absolutely count. You guys want to just make sure you communicate with your teachers as much as possible. We'll provide a list of important emails, and then obviously the rest are on our website. As far as our schedule goes, what's clear needs to be really clearly understood is that Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, those are days where you're going to be in classes. There'll be a bell schedule and so forth. Tuesdays and Thursdays, those are going to be days where you'll have a second period check-in. So every Tuesday and Thursday, you're going to go to your second period at 9:25, just as you would on your other days, for some live interaction with your teacher. you can kind of think of that as maybe evolving into like a homeroom kind of feel. But Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we'll have a bell schedule that I'll post here. Tuesday and Thursday, we'll talk a little bit more in just a second. There's our bell schedule. You can see we have 40-minute time periods, class periods, and there's 15-minute breaks, which really is for both our students and our teachers so that they have time away from the screen. We understand that one of the big challenges is so much screen time and sitting in front of a computer. And so the way our district designed the schedule with the input of a lot of people was to give us some time away from the screen as well. You can see there's 60 minutes for lunch. I'll talk more about lunch opportunities in just a second. The schedule on Tuesday and Thursday, that's where it's a little different. This is an asynchronous days, so you're not necessarily checking in at a specific time with your teachers, with the exception of period 2. So period 2 at 9:25, you're going to go on just like you would on a normal school day. Okay, these are like our student support days. Teachers will be available. We'll set up meetings on these days. You may be working in groups with other students in your classes. This will be a big day that we're working on some of our projects. What's also needs to be understood on the Tuesdays and Thursdays is you will be submitting something each of those days. So that the way we need to know that you're active on Tuesdays and Thursdays is because the way that we'll know that, I should say, is by you submitting something, and your teachers will obviously go through this with you, but you might be submitting assignment, you might be submitting a portion of assignment, a picture of progress. There's a bunch of different opportunities or options that you'll do, but every Tuesday and Thursday, you'll be submitting something for each class by 2 o'clock. And that's kind of how we will do our attendance. So it's critical. Couple questions on technology. We have the ability to provide Chromebooks and hotspots. There will be a link embedded in here, and then there's links at the end to sign up if you need technology. For those of you that have asked for hotspots, that's the one thing that are still coming in. Our district's ordered plenty and ordered them a while ago, but they're just taking time. So that's a little bit of an issue right now that we're hoping that gets fixed before school starts, but we'll kind of keep you all posted on that. Textbooks, our juniors and seniors, a lot of you have not turned in textbooks still. So we'll put another schedule available. We'll have a couple opportunities for you guys to come and bring your textbooks next week. But quite frankly, we can't distribute the textbooks until we get them all back. So there will be a schedule for the distribution as well. A lot of our books, you'll have the option of using them online. And so we'll be putting all of those types of things out. But you can probably count on the distribution of textbooks during the week of like the 24th of August. But we'll keep you updated as we get that schedule. Lunch service, as I mentioned, lunch will be available at all school sites between 11 and 1. If you happen to live closer to another site and you'd like to go there to pick up your lunch, you may do that. If you want to come here, that's fine as well. You'll just need either your ID card, there's a barcode that went out on your course list email, if you have your Aries account on your phone. If you're picking up lunches from here, you'll want to go to our main parking lot through either the 85 degrees entrance or the main entrance at the signal, and then you'll see the flow from there. And again, I put the application right there. You can click on that to apply for that for your free and reduced lunch. Want to go through our expectations. So we have high expectations as always for our teachers. So really not a lot of these things have changed, but they will be prepared with great lessons. They're going to engage their students. We'll be using Schoology. You may be in a class or two where they use Google Meets for a portion of the class, but our primary learning platform is Schoology. Our teachers will have their cameras turned on. They're going to do their best to make the class interactive. They'll communicate with parents, and we'll schedule meetings with parents as needed. Our expectations for our students, the big big thing is just to be on Schoology and on time to class, just as if it was regular class. We do want you to have your cameras on so your teachers can see you. Just so you know, when you are in your main classroom, your students can't see you, just your teacher can see you. So we're asking that our students have their cameras on just as far as an interaction piece with their teacher. Also, obviously, you want to be maintaining your grades. We do expect athletics and other activities to resume at some point this year, and so we want to make sure that you all are eligible when that time comes. Some of our expectations for our families, just we want our students this year to have their own device. And so, like I said earlier, we can provide that for you if need be. You know, do whatever you can to have your students have a quiet place to work. Do whatever you can to help them attend their classes every day. And then again, communicate with us as needed. Our counselors will be really busy just as normal. They'll be doing different kinds of synchronous check-ins where they're checking in with you, in groups, and individually in some cases. Obviously, they'll monitor your progress, work with students. They're going to continue to deliver their lessons. Maybe some people do or do not realize, but our counselors have a curriculum and they cover with our students, so that's going to continue. And then obviously they'll be meeting with our parents as well. Expectations of us, of our administration team, monitoring everything, just making sure it's working well. I've always felt that the biggest job of administrators is to support our teachers and support our students. And really, the way you support your teachers is the way you support your students is by supporting your teachers. And so we plan to do that and give them all that they need to be successful. Obviously, we'll communicate with parents and systems. I've been providing updates a couple of times a week. Once the school year gets underway, we'll have our traditional messages will be a change from last year. We're going to go instead of releasing it Thursday night, I'm going to release it Sunday night and just kind of get us ready for the following week. Athletics, I know there's been some questions on athletics. One of the big changes is CIF has moved the sports seasons to December through June. That's part of the big change. With that, though, instead of having 3 seasons, as we've always had fall, winter, spring, there's now just 2 seasons. So we're going to combining all of the sports that were in 3 into just 2 seasons. And so that's going to cause some challenges with some of our multi-sport athletes, some facility things, but we will get through it because we want our kids to be back and active. There's a possibility of a summer practice mode. So there's official start dates for practices not till December, according to CIF, but there's a chance that we'll be able to do some types of summer camp types of practice. So much more information will be coming on that. You can see athletic paperwork. There's a link here, and it'll be on the last slide as well. If you've not started the process and you are an athlete, you want to click there and get going on that. We'll have some clearance days where we schedule probably in a drive-through manner where you can come drop off paperwork. So if you do the clearance, please hang on to the paperwork as we need it to be the hard copies. So don't email our athletic directors the paperwork. Just hang on to it, and then when we have those clearance days, that's when you want to bring it. Our athletic directors, as most of you know, Mr. Russell, Mr. Slevkov, both really good teachers and really good athletic directors. We're very lucky to have them here. If you have any questions about athletics, you can email either of them and they'll give you the information needed. Here's just a few links to some resources. There's one, the first one is actually just to our Cypress counseling department, but then the next 3 are just kind of like different tips and things for working at home in this environment. So, check those out at your leisure. Here's contact information for our counseling office, contact information for our admin team. And then here's what I was talking about, the important links. So I have these 4 links tied here. If you need technology, click there. That'll take you to what you need. Lunch application, click there. That'll take you there. Athletic clearance. And then finally, the additional questions. So that additional questions one's an important one. if you have any questions, obviously you can email any of us, but if you have some general questions, feel free to fill out that form, and we're working on an FAQ that we'll put out based on it. So it would be great if you could fill out that form rather by Sunday night, Monday, but we'll put a form out even before that, and we can keep updating it as needed. But if you have additional questions, again, either reach out to us by phone, by email to any of those addresses if you know a specific person that you need to get an answer from, or if you have some general questions, you can fill out the form that's linked there, and we'll take care of you on that. Okay, so I know that was kind of quick, but I just want to get as much information out to you guys as we have. We'll continue to send emails as needed if anything else changes, but you know, kind of to lower the anxiety of things, what really needs to happen at this point is you just need to be ready to log on to Schoology next Wednesday morning. That's what it comes down to. If you can do that, we're going to get you going, and we'll be able to move forward and make adjustments as needed and so forth. So that's really what we need from you. I've said this to a lot of people, and you know, I understand that this is a challenging time for us as a country. It's a challenging time for us as schools and so forth. But I'm really looking forward to a lot of this as an opportunity to get better. And in so many ways, that's what I see happening with this. In the long run, we're going to all be better for have gone through that time, and I truly believe that. I appreciate you guys watching this. Like I said, I really look forward to the school year, even though it's in such an uncertain time. Cypress has been a great school for a lot of years, and it's going to continue that way as well. And that's our goal here, is to just get a little bit better every single day. All right, reach out, please, if you have questions. Otherwise, have a great weekend, and we will see you virtually next week. Thank you so much. Have a great one.